Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to AEM Achieve. My name is Mike Coffey, and I'm Vice President of Sales for American Equity Mortgage. Good morning to those of you that are attending from the West Coast. I know we've got some West Coasters out there. Today's presentation on selling visually with social media will begin in just a minute. We're happy to bring you our September events. Jeff Lobb will be presenting today, and I look forward to introducing Jeff in just a moment. All of you are currently in the listen-only mode. However, you will be able to ask questions. In the bottom portion of your reading panel on the GoToMeeting screen, there's a little section that says type message here. If you have a question, just type in your message, and towards the end of the presentation, we'll get Jeff to answer as many questions as he possibly can, and usually we get to all of them. For those of you who are new to attending AEM Achieve, we're happy to bring you this session. Our goal is to provide you tools and resources to help you build your business. Following this webinar, we're going to have a short survey that we'll send you. We will appreciate you responding to the survey with any feedback you have so that we can strive to make these sessions better. We'll also send you a link to all of our webinars so that you can play them back. We do record every session so that you can play them back at your convenience. Now let me introduce today's speaker, Jeff Lobb. We've been fortunate to have Jeff on in the past to present on a number of different topics, and he's always received rave reviews. Jeff is the founder and CEO of Spark Tank Media, a consulting firm specializing in real estate, technology, and productivity. Jeff has been a realtor for more than 2 decades. He's been a top producer and a broker owner. Jeff knows real estate and he knows technology. So with that, Jeff, it's my pleasure to turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. This is a really fun topic today. I was kind of excited to get into talking about social media in a different way than maybe what you've heard in the past. And, you know, it's almost kind of like some words you almost don't even hear together is the word selling and social media. So this session hopefully will give you some good insight. As always, my job is to deliver some really good ideas that you can go execute very soon at low cost, no cost, and or, you know, sometimes you may have to make an investment in some of your business to enhance it. Selling visually with social media is going to take on different concepts, not just always about social media. I also want to make sure we leverage the word selling visually today because there's a few little slides here that I'm going to be talking about selling real estate and your consumers, maybe not even all through social, but through some other better visual products. In today's world, if we're not looking visually at our consumer, whether it be photos, anything that's going to grab them from the web and from their mobile device, visual is what's getting attention. So that being said, I know we've got some people still kind of logging in, watching a few last minute people. I want to kind of start off with a poll. And that first poll I'm going to start with is the first question is going to be is, why do you think personally social media has been so successful? That's going to be the poll when I launch it in a second. And I really want you to think about it. I'm going to give you some options and maybe you have maybe a different spin on it. I'm going to launch the poll, but the question is going to be, why has social media been so successful in your opinion? So there we go. I just, let's see, I should launch the poll there. It should be launched now. And we've got some choices. Easy to reach people, easy to use. People like to share their lives with. Great sales tool. People are nosy and need to know. Or people are driven by emotion. So here we go. People are kind of cranking in. Wow. I love watching results come in real time. It's kind of exciting. Let's see if people are going to steer to where what I believe my opinion is. And a lot of you are paying attention, so I do appreciate you participating. All right, I'm going to give it another 15 seconds for last minutes. People are still voting. And it's not really where I thought I saw people go, so this is interesting. All right, I'm going to close it out right now. Okay, so let me see if I could actually share these results. Okay, your results are out there. So 49% of you, easy to reach people, easy to use. It is. People like to share their lives with, absolutely true. Great sales tool, yep. Potentially, depends how you use it. Now keep in mind, I'm going to make this statement to make sure we don't misinterpret. It was never built for sales. It was never built for real estate. People hate to be sold online. But at the same time, you know, my motto is always building relationships and people will buy from you when they trust and respect and like you. So in essence, it can be thought of as a sales process. People are nosy, that's for sure. That's why reality shows are so successful, and people are driven by emotion. That was my choice right here. People driven by emotion. I think it wins because of emotion. And by all means, there's no real right or wrong answer. This is an opinion. This is my opinion. Here's why I think social media works in the way that it does and the way that it took over the way we communicate. First of all, think about this for a second. And if you guys get a chance and you even want to chat in, just something to agree or disagree with what I'm going to say. First off is when you make a post, and I want you to think about this. Let's say you are making a post about something very exciting about your family, some good news, something happened that you're really excited about. You make a post, it's online, it goes live. 30 seconds later, what are you doing? A few of you chatted in. See if you're paying attention. So you make a real cool post, 30 seconds later, what are you doing? Let's see if people are going to give me some kind of a response. That's it, looking for likes. Okay, Ernest, thank you. So we're looking for likes, looking to see who liked it, looking for responses, right? So exactly it. So automatically you make a post. You don't just walk away and go, I posted, I'm cool. You're looking for likes. Now let's play what if. What if you go back 30 seconds later, you refresh it, and no one's responded? 30 seconds later, you're looking again. 30 seconds later, you're looking again. To the point where if no one's responded in the first minute and a half, some of you might be thinking, did that actually post? Is it really up there? Because I can't believe no one has responded, because you're starting to get emotional about what's actually not happening. No one's paying attention. No one's liking what I have to say. And you almost get that, oh my gosh, now what if actually 5 to 10 minutes went by and there's nothing there? No engagement, no likes, no nothing. Some of you, I'm watching some of your posts, some of you actually might feel really terrible about it. Now, the opposite happens when you start getting engagement, likes, comments, you're engaged, you're talking. It's totally tied to emotion. Some of you become mad refreshers, I like to call it, because you're hitting that refresh button every 30 seconds to see if somebody's doing something, because it's that angst of waiting to be either liked or engaged with. So it is totally an emotional play for the majority. Now, you might be that personality, because I see two different personalities, the people who like to be liked and those who don't care if they like you or not, but they want to be heard. That real tough personality, that tough cookie that says, I don't care who likes me. I say what I say because I say it. You know who that is, that kind of personality. And that doesn't matter. They post because they want to be heard. That message they put out there, they want someone to hear them. And if no one hears them, they too get emotional. So emotion's a real big play. We're going to work with the word emotion today through some of our talks with selling visually through social media and through emotion. So let's go on to this next one here. I want to give you a non-technical. Some people always box me into being a tech guy. I'm not. I've been a realtor for years, marketing, mobile, digital stuff. It's not always about technology. It's about what works for the customer and how do I actually apply it to use it. So I want to share with you my 5-5 rule.
Jeff, just a quick question. We're still seeing the quick poll on the screen. I'm not sure if you can get that to go away because I think you're on a different slide.
We are, yeah. Let's see if that quick poll can go away. Thank you for sharing that. It should disappear. That poll is, according to me, is gone. Let me see if I can get rid of it. Go away this time?
There you go.
I had to click it.
We're
okay.
good.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Do you see my 5-5 rule up there? Good.
I do.
Awesome. So 5-5, simple. This isn't a science, but here's what I was thinking. When working with a homeowner, a seller, someone who's looking to put their home on the market, besides having good visual, descriptive words are a challenge for some of us. I know, and I could tell you where I've made my big mistakes, and I still make them every day. When I was marketing homes, my biggest challenge was trying to find creative words to describe a property. And my D personality simply said, I came down to 3 words, and I was stuck there. It was something like, this lovely, beautiful home sits on a gorgeous, just stuck. Gorgeous what? And you start, struggling to find ways to describe it. Maybe some of you fit that challenge. So I just said, you know what, listen, I've got to stop thinking like a realtor. We have to start thinking like a consumer. Who actually has more descriptive words and better emotional ties to that home than anybody is the homeowner. So here's what I want you guys to do on your next listing. Next time you take a listing, get your listing signed. When it's all said and done, provide them with 2 sheets of paper or 2, put this on your iPad, however you want to do it. I would give this to both the husband and the wife because you're going to see a different response. And here's what I ask them, because if you don't realize this also, this is going to make an impression upon them, is consumers want to be part of the process. So they feel anyway. So to make them involved in the process, let them participate. Give them this. Emotional marketing. 5 things you're going to miss about your home, 5 things you love about the home. And they're going to give you both husband and wife's opinion. Now you're going to see different answers, but you're going to see descriptions, you're going to see verbiage and adjectives, and you're going to feel the warmth of what they are going to miss. So what I did is I just kind of went through a motion of saying, okay, what if I was moving? What would I answer this to be? So I kind of gave, my version of this real quick. Here's my answer. So 5 things I'm going to miss about the home, and watch how so many descriptive ways to put into marketing. This flows right into the real estate agent's hand. I'm going to miss the beautiful sunsets on the lake. Short and sweet, but it's starting to tell you things that are important to me as that homeowner. I'm going to miss hearing the footsteps of my children on the hardwood floors. Now, to somebody, that's a truly emotional tie. And even coming from a man that says, I could be in the kitchen and hear that pitter patter of footsteps. That's something I will remember my children in the growth of this home. That's important. I'm going to miss the large dining room where we had our family dinners. I'm going to miss looking out at the water from almost every window. Other descriptive ways to describe this. I'm going to miss the convenience to spend quality time with my kids on the lake fishing. So that might be simple from the man. I'm sure my wife would give a different view of that. Now, what are the 5 things I love about the home? And it's, any answer is okay. I love the size of the rooms. I love decorating the fireplace for all our holidays. So it's telling me that fireplace is a staple in that family. I love having a really flat private yard for our kids, especially in a lake area. I love the storage cubbies in the foyer, built custom just for our children. So if someone's moving in, and keep in mind, this kind of information I'd be thrilled to share with prospective buyers. So, someone that's got children, this isn't a little thing like, oh, they got cubbies? Can you imagine that? I love the open kitchen with the media room set just off of it so I can watch the kids while cooking and preparing dinner at the same time. So there's different nuances in emotional marketing, whether it be for social or print. So this is just a really good idea to make an impression. I've got more ways to describe this home just from these 10 things that were shared. This is a really good, simple idea for you guys to use on your next listing. Give it a shot. And I'd love your feedback on it too. All right, let's talk about social not working versus social networking. And, there's no book on this stuff, or although there are, I shouldn't say there's a lot of books, there's no one really right or wrong way to do this. So I'm going to share with you some things that I think we should be doing a little differently, maybe looking at it a little through a different set of eyes. And most of us, when we're talking about social, we always talk about posting stuff about us. And it's because some of us have that me kind of attitude. And whilst you are important to share information about, we sometimes have to continue to look for other people to participate with and network with. So still posting about you is okay, but all about you is not okay. So when you look at your sphere and your friends, which we all know that all these people are not my friends, they wouldn't jump through hoops for me, but we've called them friends on social media, or at least on Facebook. And we've connected to so many different people. Here's where I think we make the mistake. And by all means, I'm not going to make reference that social media is about sales. It's about these people. And the last time I checked, 99.5% of these people that are in my Facebook group or anywhere in this universe live in, own, or rent a home. So I'm looking at this screen of theoretically friends. They all live in, own, or rent a home for the most part. And they also know 200 some odd people that also live in, own, and rent a home. So my job is this. When I'm on social media, most of my time is spent in this red box, theoretically, just kind of as a symbol. I'm talking to mostly the people that I'm, friendly with day to day, my comfort zone. And these are the people that, kind of like me and trust me already. Now, I'm not saying the rest of the group doesn't, but the problem is we don't engage with them enough. And here's where we're missing the point. If we spend the time and we work on that group that we don't talk to most of the time, these could be old high school, college friends that we're connected to, but we're not really talking to enough. But why? You already have something in common. You should be more engaged in their stuff. Top of mind consciousness. Not it's because you just want to sell them a home or sell their home. It's because they still have to understand what you do. They still have to learn at some point that, you might not have seen each other in 20 years. There still has to be respect, trust, and added value. So if we could spend some time in this category here, nurturing these, I don't want to make it comparable to like a CRM or a database, but these are people we're already connected to. We don't necessarily spend enough time with when we have the perfect tool to do it with, where they're posting everything about themselves, their family, and all we need to do is share, like, and comment on their world. And in turn, they may pay more attention to you, realize you're in the real estate business, realize you're in a consumer-based business, and at that point, you may end up getting referrals versus not talking to them. They have no idea what you do for a living. So we're connected here already. We're just missing the opportunity of focus. So when we go down this path of social, I always ask the people, are you being noticed on social media? We just said if people don't like or engage to your stuff, you kind of get emotional about it. So are you actually being noticed? And the answer is you think you might be, but sometimes you're being noticed by the same people. The same day in, day out, family members, this person, that person. You're seeing the same audience. And I'm not saying that's bad, but we have to look at how can we actually do something differently here, because my concern is this. I don't think we're leveraging some of the tools of Facebook to deal with not only emotion, but staying better connected. Let me give you this example. And by all means, this is not a true statement. Don't go tweeting it. I'm just going to make this as a sample. Let's just say, and I use this sample all the time, so if you've heard this before, you'll know I'm making it up. Let's just say my sister lives 2 hours away from me. She gets back from the doctors, finds out she's going to have another baby, and it's a boy. And let's say she doesn't have a boy at this point, and she's excited. So what does she do? She sits there and puts the sonogram up. She posts it on Facebook. She's super excited. Now it's coming out to the public, right? I've got this great information. Emotional, she's looking for engagement. Family jumps in, friends jump in. Congratulations, the stream runs, right? Everyone's in there in seconds and in minutes following. I'm here hanging out with you guys today. We're doing a webinar. And I got appointments right after this, and I'm working a full day just like you guys are out showing homes, on listing appointments. Stuff happens. So I ask you this. When I'm actually done with my day or 3/4 of my day, and I get to check out Facebook and see what's going on, where is my sister's post? Well, if you visualize it, it's somewhere down in the noise of a stream that's God knows where. It's buried in all that stuff. So I don't see it. And I don't even know about it. What happens now a day later? First of all, do you think my sister realizes that her brother didn't actually even post on her page about her good news? Of course. Then what does she feel emotionally about me not responding to it? She thinks, I don't care. I'm too important. I'm too busy for her. All the excuses that could fall into it. And people get emotionally charged over something I just didn't even know about it. So people get angry and mad and upset. Same thing happens when one of your customers, you sold a home to them, one of the largest assets they're going to buy. You made your commission. You're supposed to provide value-added services after. 3 months later, your customer makes a post saying, I am super excited about my new home. We just redid our kitchen. I love the new renovations. What do you think? And they show a picture of their new kitchen. And you, their real estate agent, don't respond. You don't even know about it. You never even saw it. And a day goes by and everyone chimes in except their actual realtor, the one that sold them the home. What do you think their response is about you? What do you think they're thinking about you? Oh, they've already cashed my check. They've already got paid. It's all done. It's like, the whole relationship's over kind of thing. They will realize you don't respond or don't see it or don't acknowledge it. And that hurts because you don't realize it hurts because you don't even know it existed. See, that's the problem. You don't know what happened. They do, and they're in high alert emotionally over it. So we need to create more lists. If you've not created, some of you say, well, I've got lists already. Define them better. If you don't have a list, start creating some. I'm going to give you a sample. But you've got to have some lists so you stay in touch with the right people at the right time and you don't get lost in the noise. So a quick example, creating a list. You go circle here to create a list. And once you click create a list, it will give you people that you could put into that list, such as friends, family, colleagues. You can create a list just for your clients. You can create a list just for your family. You could break out sellers versus buyers. Whatever you want to put in that list, you can. I keep several different lists. I keep it for my speakers list, people that I speak with, because here's a good idea. What if someone that I speak with comes up with a really good idea and posts it? I need to know about it. I need to know what's happening in my business. So I keep lists of people that are in my kind of sphere and in client relationship stuff. So you check your lists on a day-to-day basis so you can see exactly who's posting what and they don't get lost in the noise. Now, on this screen here, you're looking at another kind of list that's already built for you. Here's a list whereby when you signed up for Facebook, you had to put the town you reside in. So for me, say Augusta, New Jersey is where my office is. So you can create also a list based on geography. And it kills me sometimes while sitting in New Jersey, I get invited to an open house in Texas. And I'm not sure why I'm being invited to an open house in Texas. But someone just invited, put it on Facebook and invited everybody. Makes no sense. So if you wanted to have, let's say you were doing a town-wide open house, you're doing something strategic for promotions or holidays, and it's in your local area, you can click on your town that's on Facebook in that list category, and it will let you pick people based on mileage away from that location. So here's an example. Augusta, New Jersey, friends who live within blank miles. And in this case, I put 30 miles. It could be 70 miles, and it will show you on the radius of how far of a sprawl it is. So you can create lists just based on something you might be doing. So if I want to see what people are talking about right here in my local town or community area, I make a real small list. And anyone who I'm friends with is on that small list. So there's a lot of ways to watch and listen, because what we don't realize is our job is to sell, but our bigger job is to listen better. And we should be listening to what our customers are talking about. If you don't have a list on your customers and you're not watching what they say, and 7 years later, you haven't sold them a house, you haven't talked to them in years, you've sent them some drip campaign thing, but they say, and they make a statement online that says, my last child is off to college. We're now empty nesters. Time to maybe downsize, maybe looking for a second home, and you don't see that kind of stuff being talked about, shame on you. It's your business that you're losing, because people are actually telling you that there's potential signs of real estate activity. And obviously you're not paying attention to it. So it's, again, not a sales tool, it's a people tool. But when you got people talking about stuff that are signs of your business and you're not paying attention, someone else is going to get your business. I know it. So it's a tool to watch and to post, but also better off to listen on. So pay attention to lists and create very cool lists. All right, moving right along. Here's another way to take advantage of lists. This might look like a whole convoluted bunch of arrows. I tried to show you some screenshots, but just follow me for a second. So if you're in line at Starbucks, you're 10 minutes in line waiting for that cup of coffee, and you're just kind of pondering through your phone, and most of us are addicted and we're just kind of scrolling through stuff. You can get to your lists right from your mobile device. So what I do time to time is I can follow my little arrows. My first left-hand side box there, arrow says where it says more. Then I go to find friends, and it'll either take me to the next screen that says, it'll show me all the friends that are nearby me, which is definitely kind of creepy in some ways, cool in others. Like sometimes I'll just find a friend that I haven't talked to in a while is actually literally a block up the street having lunch. But more importantly, it'll get me to my lists, my list of clients, my list of family. Scroll and hit the list. Just look through real quick. Anybody talking about anything important I should be liking, commenting on, participating, and showing that I care about their lives. Do it from all of your downtime. You're waiting for an appointment. You got 10 minutes. They're late. Boom. Hit your mobile phone. This is where you use productivity time for social when you say, I don't have enough time. So easy to hit those lists because now you're not getting caught up in, the drama sometimes of what's happening on Facebook. You're not getting caught up in just, scouring through pages bored. You're looking at lists for very important things and potentially participating with the people who matter. Okay, so that's where a really good use of mobile is, through Facebook and other social platforms. But this is one quick way to maximize your time. Hopefully that was alone a good idea. Here's my sister, whether it be clients or family. I just kind of used a little logo here just to show it. But I can see exactly what she's doing and whether she's, going to a scrapbooking fair or whatever's important to her that sometimes maybe I don't care about, it's important to her. And by me liking, engaging with that makes them feel liked, trusted, and that we care. So that's how you stay connected better there. Facebook farming pages. Let's just call them business pages. I like to call them farming pages. Different spin on words. In real estate, we've farmed for years. My knocking on doors, day in and day out, 20 some years ago was all we had. Here we look at Facebook, and if I ask you this question, although I can't hear you answer this, I'm going to assume that's the answer that everyone else gives me. If I asked you this question, where do you get more activity? And if you'd like, chat it in, because I still would like to see. Where do you get more activity on Facebook? On your personal pages or on your business pages? Where do you get more engagement, more things happening? Thank you for some of the excellent idea comments and some of the cool stuff going on there. So where do you get more activity? Personal page? Personal. Here it comes. Personal pages. Right. The answer is simple. When I ask you why, it's because people want to know you as a person. They want to know you as a human, not just, Jeff Lobb, CEO of a company. We're human. I go fishing. I'm a dad. I'm a coach. They want to see what happens in my life. So titles and egos go out the window for most of us. Some still have them. But at some point, we want to know what people do beyond work, beyond what we know of them, versus a business page. Not that saying you don't have a successful one. You might. And if you do, by all means, keep your page. What I say is, I think we need to take a different approach to what we're doing with our business pages. And I got some people asking questions here. So why have a business page as well as a personal one? Here's my thought. The pros were always, when Facebook pages came out, keep in mind, Facebook has changed dramatically with their entire advertising platform and the opportunity to realistically generate revenue and profitability. You can't knock them for that. They are a business. They have to generate income. They can't just deliver all this product for free. So don't be angry with them because of ads or whatever they're going to do. They've given you years to be rent-free on their platform and still continue to be rent-free for you. Somebody's got to pay for something. So don't be upset with them. But business pages were always a benefit in the very beginning because of the fact of they were public pages. Google can find them. You can have your own branded name, if you will. It could be facebook.com/Spark Tank Media, okay, versus just, Jeff Lobb and a link. Problem with that is most of us hit the market, and maybe in the beginning, this is what we were taught too. So if I taught it or someone else taught it, this is what it was then. It changes. I see some of your questions coming in. Save some of these questions for later so I don't lose momentum here, but thank you. Keep them coming. So what happened was as Facebook started to change, most of us built Facebook pages like this. Facebook.com/Jeff Lobb Realtor. And I'd post stuff about real estate, a couple listings, some stuff happening in the real estate market. And with all due respect to realtors, because I am one of them, who cares? Why would anybody go to my page? I've just got the stuff on my page, wasn't that interesting, unless it was a magical listing that someone wanted to see and it was awesome. Other than that reason of coming to see a listing, which they could find on Zillow, Trulia, my website, or anybody place on Google. They don't need to come to my Facebook page to find it. There wasn't anything interesting there. It's a business page with a bunch of business stuff, but we don't care about business sometimes. We care about people. So the reason people are coming to my personal page is because I'm sharing things about my life, my family, my kids, and things happening, including work. There's more interest there. It's human nature. And remember, the word emotional. That's why it works. That being said, I'm not saying Facebook pages aren't good. You might want to try a different spin on them. Here's a couple ideas, and I call them farming pages because I think you need to use them for farming activity, not just of real estate, but of something of interest to other people. Here's a couple examples. Let me get to that one there. Here's the first one. And there's a lot of ideas. I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm also going to share with you how to take social online to prospecting offline. So it's some really good ideas on the third slide here, one of my favorite little parts of the talk, and I'm going to try and keep an eye on time for you guys too. Tampa real estate investment. So this isn't a facebook.com/Jeff Lobb Realtor page. It's about Tampa real estate investments. If I had an interest in investing in Tampa, this is a page that's talking about whether it be flipping homes, hard money, how to renovate properties, all sorts of cool different parts. Now, this concept is a niche concept. It's something specific about an area and about investing. Just a thought. Here's another one, different approach. The Tampa Real Estate Insider. Okay, now I'm not saying you have to agree with these, but here's the approach. The Tampa Real Estate Insider is about the inside scoop of what's happening in Tampa. Kind of like that, curiosity of what's new, what's happening in town, what events are going on, the inside scoop, if you will. And that's her play. And she's clearly telling you on the left-hand side, she is a real estate agent, that, this is where people are interested in hearing more about. So it doesn't have to be about me and my listings. It's about me giving value to somebody about what they want. The last one's my favorite, and there's a lot of other good ideas, but for time purposes, we'll just hit this one. Top 10 Miami. Top 10 Miami, obviously, is top 10 beaches, top 10 bars, top 10 restaurants, top 10 places to shop. And while this is a really good idea, you don't have to have a top 10 things to do in Sussex County, New Jersey. It could be top 5 things to do in, top 5 places to visit in your town, your community. And here's where you really have tremendous benefit of taking online social media to offline prospecting. And pay attention to this because this will make you a lot of money. It still pays off dividends to me 10 years later, and I didn't have Facebook 10 years ago. So let's say we have a top 3. I'm going to make up a page. Top 3 things in Sussex County. What is it? It's top 3 restaurants, top 3 this, whatever it is. First of all, who's the local expert in your market? Well, if you haven't looked in the mirror, it should be you. Okay, so you're that local expert. You should be. So I'm the local expert. I'm the real estate agent. Top 3 things. I'm going to start with top 3 restaurants. Who gets to pick those top 3? That's right, me. Top 3 restaurants. So I walk into one of my favorite restaurants, pizzeria, restaurant, whatever it might be. Hey, Jeff Lobb from So-and-so Realty. I'm putting together a Facebook page about our area, and this is how I would promote it. I'm putting together a Facebook area about Sussex County or about Hampton Township or wherever you live, and I'm making it the top 3 restaurants. Mike, you happen to be my top 3 restaurants. I love your restaurant. I eat from it weekly. Do you have a problem with me making you one of my top 3 restaurants in town? Because my customers ask me all the time where they should go eat, and I'm picking you. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Everything okay there, Mike?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just want to make sure there was no interruption there. So I say, Mike, you're my top 3. First thing, actually, he did say back in the day, because I did this before Facebook. I did it with a website, was how much is it going to cost me? Because they're expecting to be sold. Well, you know what? This costs you nothing, Mike. You know why? I know that when people come to me and ask for my opinion matters, and I just want to make sure I pick my top 3. You're it. I want to promote you. I want you to promote on my website. I want you to post your specials and anything happening in you don't think a restaurateur or someone in the restaurant, whatever business it might be, any business would feel privileged, or somebody that's coming to give them something for no money that wants to talk about them, promote them, and highlight them on their page. Now, here's the caveat. Excuse me. What do I know? Here's what I also know. Prospecting businesses is sometimes a good idea, because I know that hundreds, if not thousands of my customers that I sell to that live in my area walk through their doors every day. And what better to have a good business best friend now that's going to promote me, and promote me on a daily basis, because I am highlighting him and her and their business first. Not about me, it's about them. Then I could do this with, whether it be a dry cleaner, I could do this with a shopping area, I could do this with my top 3, this and that. And when you prospect business customers, they know more people than all of us sometimes combined. And that's who I want my best new relationship to be with, that business. So I could tie it to social media. I could get them to engage in it. I could get them to invite people. We could put promotional things in their storefronts if they are that excited about us promoting their business. There's a lot of things that can come out of saying, I am picking you as the top 5, top 3, top whatever business in my marketplace for my customers. So there are so many ways to spin this, and a much easier approach than cold calling to walk in the door of a business that can actually get you prospecting for the rest of your life if you do it right. I could tell you tenfold that some customers that I've had still come to this day and either refer business to us have referred themselves, their customers, and or their employees over 1 or 2 pieces of engagement. So this is the type of page I'm not going to say is worked perfectly. I'm not going to say it's easy to do. It still takes work, but this at least has a theme involved to go promote business with social and to take it to the prospecting level where now you're promoting their business. It's not all about you. All right, onward. Pictures, photos. Got to watch my time here because we're cranking on some time here. So photos. You know darn well that just about any customer that takes any survey says, what are the most important things you look for online? And it's either photos or videos. You know it's the answer. Yet I still see photos that are just terrible. Some of us have either just don't know how to take pictures, we do it in a hurry, we don't take the time with them, or just some people, not just saying you guys online, some people in this industry simply just don't care. They just get photos. And with the devices we have today, there should be no reason. The newest or the most reasonable newest smartphone, iPhone, Android device besides cameras today should be able to take beautiful pictures. And if you can't get beauty, there's ways you can edit them in some of the apps that'll give you advantages you never had before. But I want you to think about pictures a little bit differently, because if you're not visually sharing stuff online, you're missing opportunities and you're missing potential customers, because that's what they're looking for. So first things first, let's go through Pinterest. I fought Pinterest. I never liked it in the beginning. I was an Instagram guy. I said, how many things can I do? I don't care how many people want to say I'm tech savvy or not savvy. I can only do so many things, and so could you. However, I mean, I have to, part of my job is to know the nuances of all the products. So I played with Pinterest in a few ways. I also came to realize, because I put on my real estate hat and said, how can I use this in real estate to market properties better or to win some business with my consumers? So that's the hat I put on, and here's some of the ideas I come up with. First things first is I look at Pinterest as a beautiful photographic canvas, like an artist's portfolio. You know, if you ever see an artist give a presentation, they've got their portfolio of work, and out comes the canvas, right? Excuse me. Weather's changing out here in New Jersey, so let me just mute myself, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right, I'm back. So it's your canvas. Beautiful photos. And if you think about it, where did we ever, besides our website, have a place to put for free beautiful photos in a way that's attracted by all consumers, that's linkable to anything, that can be displayed in beautiful settings? We never had a tool, and it's free. So I said to myself, okay, well, if we got all these beautiful photos and we're putting pictures and recipes and family and kids, why aren't we thinking real estate? So when we think real estate, not just pictures of homes, but what do people look for in homes that get the most attention? And if I asked you, what are your top 3 things people say I would love to see pictures of? It's usually bathrooms, kitchens, maybe pools and landscape, and then a few other cool niches depending on the type of market you're in. So why not create pin boards and photographs all built around things of people's interest? Here's a couple ideas. First one's from the Corcoran Group. Kitchens. A pin board just on kitchens, whether it be all your kitchens that you've listed and sold, or maybe it's your brokerages, or maybe you have permission to use pictures, because obviously different markets, you can't just use everybody's picture. But tell me this. I know I would want to see people's kitchens, just different types of kitchens and styles in my marketplace, going, wow, that's a house. Like, I don't even see the rest of the house. I love the kitchen. So using spaces in kitchens is just one idea of a pin board, because guess what? Any blog post I make, any place on social, I could take the link to this pin board and share it with anybody, drawing attention to my marketing, which shows that I'm a good marketer. And what did I really do? Put a bunch of really good kitchen pictures together. Is that really that great of a hard thing to do? Does it give me a differentiator as far as perception that I'm a good marketer? So just simple little things like this. Here's another idea. And this is one right for you ladies out there, is closets. Liv Love Closets. These are friends of ours in the Carolinas. She's put together pin boards of closets. I can already tell you, women are already going, okay, this is my part. You get something else up the hallway. Here's my section. Here's your section. This is how it works. But imagine the ideas that people are looking for, even if it's not something they can even afford. They want to see them because they want ideas of what they really think they want. So it's just getting that dreamer mentality out of people too, getting of things of interest. Shareable, linkable, post, blog about it. All sorts of ways to drive traffic back to somebody's site and or back to you as a potential lead, and also shows you're a good marketer. Another one, places you love. While you show homes to buyers all the time, they don't see 3/4 of the beautiful parts of your town, area, parts of, historical things that are going on. And you could draw attention to where the state fair is, some of the farmland, the lakes in the area, things that they're just never going to see, bringing a buyer, showing them a dozen, 2 dozen homes. And even if they're from the area, there's places they probably don't even know exist. So putting up a page of everything about your community is another idea to pin and share, driving traffic to liking that particular area. So with that being said, shift to Instagram real quick. Just throwing some ideas at you quick. 5-10 minutes left here. Instagram and hashtags. Some of us don't understand even hashtags yet. Sorry about that. Just want to give a quick, brief explanation just for those who just don't have a clue yet, but we can always spend time after. Hashtag is simply this: the pound sign in front of a word or string of words all together make that word or make that string of words searchable. So if I put hashtag Jeff Lobb, anybody searching Jeff Lobb would find anything that I've posted with the hashtag Jeff Lobb. Okay, so if you hashtag real estate, one word, anybody on Instagram or Twitter searching the hashtag real estate, anybody who posted with a hashtag of real estate will get found in that article or in that post. Okay, so here's some Instagram ideas. First of all, if you don't believe Instagram's a player, some of the stats are staggering. Probably the biggest one here, 55 million average photos a day, 75 million active users, and there's 35 million selfies posted. 35 million. Talk about egos out there. Yeah, I'm guilty. I do it myself. So we do it. We do selfies. So here's a quick poll for some fun. Let me see if this one's going to pull up first. Okay, so here's a question for you. I'm going to go to the poll. Let me launch it. Who takes, in your opinion, now there's a recent study out. I have some answers for you. Who do you think takes the most selfies? And I love the answer to this. Let's see. Oh, come on. No one thinks men in their 30s? There we go. Somebody does. Senior citizens, come on. They're engaging in social. All right, so far we've got a real big push on the 18 to 24-year-old women. We've got second runner-up so far, women in their mid-40s. 18 to 25 is third. 60%. All right, we're going to end this poll in a second. All right, we just closed it out. I want to see the results. Here we go. You guys think 59% of you said 18 to 25-year-old women. 10%, 18 to 25-year-old males. 27% women in their mid-40s. The rest, men and seniors. Come on, that would be funny if we had the majority of seniors taking selfies. That'd be pretty cool. I'm going to hide the results. I'll give you the answer right there. Women in their mid-40s. That's right. They are all taking selfies all the time. Not sure why. I have my own reasons. I will not share it on a webinar right now. But some of you can get creative and think, why women in their mid-40s? That's who it is. So it's happening very quick because it's, again, visual. People think, everything matters, their personal persona. It's very important. So let's go down this path and give you an idea here then with Instagram. So with Instagram, taking a real estate perspective, again, it's all about people, but sharing things that this is an in-town expert out of Georgia, friend of ours. She shares a lot of Instagram stuff about her community and the places she sells. That's what her Instagram is about, and she does very well there. So it's posting the different style homes, craftsman style, parts of town, renovations, new buildings going up, everything about her community is the way she approaches the Instagram from a real estate perspective. Same thing applies to Ann Jones. They call her Tacoma Jones. She has a beautiful part of the country she lives in. She's sharing stuff about things happening in that just feel warm and fuzzy about where she lives. I mean, come on. Look, the picture of just cookies and stuff being cooked, just give that warmth of a community. Doesn't have to be always about houses, but it ties it all to the real estate that is in her market area. There's pictures of things that are restaurants going on, homes going up, views being happened out the water. And that's how people are leveraging Instagram. So I'm going to give you a good idea on how to help brand yourself a little bit better on Instagram with the use of hashtags. How about this? First of all, if you're starting to use hashtags a little bit, these are just some samples. These aren't real things that I'm not using these. I had to give you some kind of an idea. So here's an example. If you start using your own unique hashtag, and some people even get confused and go, well, how do I make a hashtag? You don't make one. You just hashtag a word in your post. So if you're making a post and it's something to do with real estate and you hashtag real estate, that's putting it in your post. Well, every picture that I take, here's an example. Let's say every listing I take, that I take a picture of and I post to Instagram, I use my own unique hashtag that most likely no one else is ever going to use. So for example, would anyone ever really use hashtag Jeff Lobb's listings? Even if there's another Jeff Lobb out there somewhere, it's very unlikely. He's going to hashtag pictures of homes that have Jeff Lobb's listings. Same goes for Jeff Lobb sold homes or Jeff Lobb loves his town. Something unique that no one else most likely will use. Here's why. I'm out with a customer. I'm out with a buyer. And let's say I've hashtagged all of the homes that I've sold in the last year. I start today. 12 months, I sell 30, 40, 50 homes. Everyone has a picture and their hashtag, Jeff Lobb sold homes. Okay? I'm out with a buyer and or maybe I'm working with a buyer trying to convince them to sign a buyer agency agreement, why they should work with me. I got my iPad in hand and they say, just curious, selling a lot of homes in the area? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. Let me show you real quick. I can go to my Instagram account, go to the search bar, type in Jeff Lobb sold homes, which is my hashtag, and what's going to populate in full screen? All of the listings that I sold, because they're all filtered, all in one beautiful display on an Instagram page. In one shot, boom, here they are. You sell many homes? Let me show you the listings I've sold in the last year. Jeff Lobb's listings, hashtag, search it, boom. Here's all my listings. On a listing presentation, show them the marketing that I'm doing on Instagram by just searching my hashtag, Jeff Lobb's listings, boom, here they all are. Instantaneously searching everything and pulling them up on one screen without having to go, oh, here's one, oh, there's one, oh, let me go to my MLS and show you one. No, Instagram, beautiful photos, make it look good, you're a marketing expert. Very, very simple idea, on the fly. I would be loving to use this on a daily basis because it's something very quick that you can use anywhere to win over a customer. Okay? I see some of your questions and comments coming in. You're making me laugh. All right, so these are good ideas of how to use a hashtag. Keep in mind, I also want you to think of a hashtag that you brand yourself with. So when I say brand yourself, something related to your business that you're going to use that you could tie to everything. Here's a good example of one that I use, and feel free to search it on Instagram or Twitter, any place later, but Instagram's a good start. Go into Instagram whenever you have time and search our hashtag that we use. It's called LobLife, LOBBLIFE, LobLife. Anything we do as a family, children, events, football, things we're doing, cookouts, we hashtag and brand it LobLife. We just did it. We created it. We made sure we're consistent with it. Nothing to even do with business. But I would do the same thing for business. Hashtag Spark Tank, hashtag whatever. But when you pull up LobLife, everything, boom, full portfolio of everything that you want to know about our life is there. Kids, photos, events, pictures, stuff. That's how you filter and demonstrate stuff on the fly. Okay, through hashtags. Sorry. Hit the button real quick there. My apologies here. Let me go back to, because my roller button decided to go ahead. All right, so you need to take better pictures. Some of us struggle. You always ask for a good app. Pro HDR. Pro HDR is available on Google Play, so you Android guys don't get mad at me. And iPhoners, Pro HDR is available there too. What I like about it is if it costs you $1 or $2, look, I can't tell you to spend the money, but it works tremendous. I'm going to show you pictures if you haven't seen great photos taken on an iPhone with Pro HDR. You need to have a steady hand because it actually takes 2 photos, one after another. So you take the picture, hold it there, and it takes a picture with a flash or different lighting, overlays the 2 to get the best light, and then allows you to edit with some phenomenal features to edit right in the app itself and device. So you got to be steady, hold it while it takes that second picture. And here's some of the photos that have been taken courtesy of my lovely wife and her iPhoneography. These are real developments shot on an iPhone, edited right in Pro HDR. Now, again, I'm not sure how it's portraying through a webinar, but these are in HD quality, the clouds, editing done right on the iPhone. Nothing fancy about it. They're beautiful. A few people have said on the next slide, they want these to blow up to frame these photos. Okay, these are parts of our community, just little things we shot in town, all done with that app and that kind of editing. Simple, beautiful, no excuse not to have good photos. Okay. You want to create good collages, putting together, multiple photos in one, great for open houses, great for marketing pieces, great for sharing with a customer a new listing by putting all the photos into one beautiful collage. Diptych, and I always be careful how I say this. It's definitely always before, happy hour. I say this word because I've slipped once or twice. Diptych. It's stuck in my subconscious. It's an awesome app, one of my favorites, because it gives me so much flexibility to change shapes and sizes and rounded corners and colorization, adding light, and just clicking and touching. It's a very, very smooth app, and it's also both on Google Play and the App Store. One of my true favorites for marketing, if you want to be impressive and send something to a customer or a link or a text or whatever it is, this is how you stand out and differentiate yourself. Last, certainly, but not least, a couple other things coming is not just always about social media visually, but we're now taking some of the things we've done old school and going visual with it. And, many of us are, again, we're the experts. And how many times do you have some kind of a sheet or get asked, who's your contractors? Jeff, I need a plumber. Jeff, I need a roofer. Who's your landscape guy? I need a snowplow guy. I need a person to come down and put some palm trees in. Wherever you live. We're always getting asked because we're that expert. And we either had a sheet or something we give people, or we're texting people our iPhone stuff. Not visual. It's not. It's old school. It works. How do we get more visual with it? Step up. Everyone's mobile today. Visually, let's sell this better and sell our vendors and our contractors better by leveraging mobile. Homekeeper. Homekeeper takes your contractors, vendors, services, and after you sell somebody a home, will let the homeowner put in information that will give them reminders that their air conditioning needs service, the gutters need to be cleaned. And who do you recommend for the gutters? Boom, it's your vendor list. And every time they go there, you are a branded person in the palm of their hands. So after the sale, well, many of us fail visually to give our customers something that brands us, that keeps us top of mind visually. We lack that. So getting a mobile branded app that has all of the resources and stuff you want in it, and the homeowner gets reminders of things they need to do to take care of a home. I love the little quote here. It's light years from a recipe for jalapeno stuffed burgers. It's better than sending a magnet to them or a postcard. This is in the palm of their hand with all of your customers and vendors. And that, to me, is a value to them because there's no instruction booklet that comes with a home. They need help afterwards. And what better place to put your customers is in the palm of their hand. Here's just a couple examples. Everything's really clean and visual here. And this is how we're selling our referral service because we want referrals from them. So they could actually literally say, your windows and AC units due for storage here, or a pest inspection's due. Here's your pest inspector guy. And here's a few of others that if you need them. Your name, you're branded, call my agent, call my vendor, all built into the mobile app. And to me, that's a better visual part of selling after the sale than maybe what sending them some magnets or something is after the fact. Because being on the refrigerator doesn't help you so much, but being in the palm of their hand visually sure does. So it's a real great way to think about your customer after that sale. Here's just another example. Expertise, furnace maintenance, phone number, email address, you're branded on the bottom of the directory, all there. And while I can't get into this particular product, just call them direct, homekeeper.com. They'll talk about their product, but I'm here to talk about things that work, things that are making you different in the marketplace, both visually and with social media. All right. Hopefully I've had enough to share with you. I'm going to give you guys a cool gift today for being with us. I've got about 2 weeks out from a ebook I got coming out for free. So it is 2 weeks out. It's not going to be instant gratification here. Sorry about that. But my free ebook I want to give to you called Absolutely Real Estate. All the apps you absolutely need, with some ratings and reviews built into it on different apps I'd recommend to you guys. Just go to absolutelyre.com. Make sure you spell it right because it's a little play on the apps word. Absolutelyre.com. Just give me your name, email address, and all that good stuff. The second the book is out, you'll be emailed a digital copy for yourself. Just a giveaway I like to share with those who take the time to be with us today in American Equity Mortgage. And your time is valuable. So I wanted to give something back, and I'm going to make sure I promote this to anyone else who participates in these events type thing. So that being said, here's a free giveaway. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of questions that are happening and coming. I can watch some of them here. But before I answer some of your questions, I want to make sure Mike comes back on and talks about next month's event, another successful event. This gentleman was on, I think, a month or so ago. Tremendous response. Mike, if you want to share next month for us.
I'd be happy to. Thanks very much, Jeff. Again, great presentation, and I was really tempted to get onto the App Store and start downloading some of these apps, but I resisted. So really some great stuff, and thanks for the giveaway for our attendees. If you're a sales manager, a broker owner, a team leader, or maybe you do aspire to be any of these things, even if you're just looking to maybe influence the sales culture in your office to be more sales focused, you're going to want to attend next month's event. Mike Weinberg did host our event last month, which was really well attended, got some great feedback on that, and he will be hosting our October event. The focus of his event is creating a sales environment, a sales culture, and he's going to have 2 top broker owners here in the U.S. Attending the event. They'll be panelists, they'll have a discussion, and he'll be sharing some of his ideas. Mike is in the process of writing a new book that also will be focused on sales management. So you don't want to miss it. Mark the date, October 23rd at 2 p.m. We try to hold this event on a Thursday, usually the 3rd or 4th Thursday of each month, but we'll be sending out invites, so you want to make sure that you attend this event. Again, Jeff, I want to thank you very much. We've got some questions, but overall, really great presentation.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you again hosting for us.
Thank you. I've got one. I just want to make sure I clarify real quick before some people jump off. Some people are emailing me in the question box for that free ebook. You got to go to absolutelyre.com and throw your email in there so I can keep track of it all. That's why I got it funneled to one source. I appreciate the email here, but send it over there. Let's see, Mike, any questions jump out at you?
Yeah, just one thing regarding getting this presentation. We're going to be sending out a survey after this, and we'll give you a link to this presentation as well as the other presentations that Jeff has done for us, as well as Mike's presentation. So please complete the survey. You know, one question was, Jeff, from Valerie, should people still have a business page as well as a personal one, or should they spend more time developing their personal page on Facebook?
Well, I think there's 2 ways to answer that. The answer is, you know, you don't have to have anything. You don't have to have a Twitter account or an Instagram account or anything. The question to you is if you're going to leverage it and work it properly, if you feel you have a good niche, kind of that business page idea concept that I came up with, that you're going to spend the time with creating a top 5 thing or something about your community, or maybe about, homes. There was another good idea about someone has a business page. Where the heck was it here? I want to give that idea out. It was pretty good. Here's one. I think it's from Steve. He's got a business page like Bradenton Home Selling for 100 to 150. So he's kind of created a niche like real estate page, but also community related stuff like that. If you're going to work it and nurture it, do it. If you're not, stay focused on what you're going to do best. I run into people all the time that go, yeah, I have a Twitter account, but I haven't tweeted in like 6 months. Okay, well, delete it. Because if I sent you a message there and I expected a response and you ignored me, now I'm mad. Just get rid of the stuff. No one says you have to do it, but if you have a good idea and you want to market yourself differently, Facebook business pages are the way to do it because they're public pages. If you don't, focus on the stuff you can do and nurture that the best you can.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. And the next question was, I think regarding into Pinterest, can you include photos of homes that you sold in the past, maybe when you were working for another broker?
Depends on your state laws. In most areas, the answer is no. You need to obviously have permissions. Now, if you've sold the home, you got to go to your broker and ask the permissions, what the laws are allowed around that. I can't give you that answer because every state is different. But obviously, I understand what you're saying is I sold the home. It was with another broker. The brokerage usually always owns the listing. So my gut tells me is you've got to have permission for just about any of that. But that doesn't mean you couldn't use listings in your own office or share listings from other agents who maybe wouldn't mind you promoting their home or part of your team. Maybe your broker will share some with you. At the end of the day, maybe it's only 5 or 6 homes you have and you continue to build upon it. So what do you do in the meantime? Don't just show 5 homes. 5 homes and take some pictures of the town that it was in or the community around it or the parks nearby and fill that page. Don't make it look like you sold 3 or 4 homes. Fill it up. So there's always about good spin in marketing.
Okay, terrific. And then the next question was, do you offer training that's offline? In other words, not these webinars. Again, if you complete the survey, when you complete the survey, we'll be happy to send you a link to our other webinars that we have. We do provide other training materials if you'd like to email me directly. And Jeff is a great resource for training needs. Jeff, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah, great. Thank you. My email address is, use my simple one, jeff@jlob.com. Jeff at jlobb.com. And the answer is yes, I do have training online. It's called technicallyrealestate.com. It's video training showing you actually how to execute all the kind of stuff we just talked about today, how to do it step by step by step. But if you have any questions, obviously feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to show it to you.
Terrific. Jeff, again, my thanks to you for really another great presentation. We're getting lots of kudos coming across in the notes. I want to thank everybody for attending AEM Achieve today. Appreciate you showing up, and please mark the date for next month. Hope to see you on October 23rd. Thanks, and have a great day. Happy selling.
Bye, guys.